how's the weekend? What's going on with the Beans folk?
Oh man, just constantly improving. So, you know how we have a directivity detect feature?
Yeah.
So, what I want out, and I think it's already ready, but for the folks who got the pro version, we wanted to make that directivity available. So, you know, a lot of times you'll see spinorama data and you'll see the on axis response, you'll see the sound power, early reflections, and then directivity, which kind of tells you how EQable a speaker is. And unless you have a clipple, a lot of times like it's really hard to get that information.
That data, yeah.
But we can get what we are calling an in-room directivity index.
Oh.
So we're just going to make that available so you can export that into RAW and kind of see like, okay, what's the directivity of my speaker?
You're starting to remind me of Sony.
Why is that?
Just making up terms.
Yeah. That's it.
Just making it up, right?
Like the you know, in the Ready Player One scene, all the coins, just coining terms, man.
Right.
Just making up names, bro. But you kind of have to though, because it's not what we're doing is not an early reflections directivity index because we're not taking that exact measurement. It's not a normal sound power directivity index. We're not taking that exact measurement. So we had, you know, it's somewhere in between there. So we have to make up our own term. Okay. You know, it's not for the fact of like, oh, I'm just wanting to make up terms. It's more like I want to be more accurate and not call it something that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are terms already in place, but it's not exactly that.
Right.
But I think it's cool, you know? And the other reason for that is if for some reason Magic Beans doesn't sound great in your system, you may find out like the directivity of your speakers is horrible.
So basically,
we can't fix that.
What you're talking about is you made a little meter, a little test. Make sure your speakers are good.
Yeah.
You could call it the crap test speaker.
The crap test.
The crap test.
Yeah.
That'd be too offensive.
And for anybody that doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about, I've made a video with light to kind of show you why a speaker with bad directivity cannot be EQ'd. And just to summarize, if you have a light where the color is, you know, white facing forward and then red, you know, off axis, right? You can't make that look a certain color because the moment you fix one, it'll change the color of the side. So they have to be similar so that you can change them all together. Yeah. And some speakers are kind of like that, where the off axis response is very different from the on axis. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a cool additional feature that you could get information like that. You know, I don't think anybody else is doing that.
Mm-mm.
You know, what's the directivity of your speaker? Unless it's been measured on the clipple, you probably don't know. So I thought it was cool. Actually, I have a picture up to kind of show what it looks like.
Picture.
Yeah. So I always overlay these things over the clipple, over Aaron's clipple measurements to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. But here's the Monolith Encore T6. So in purple and blue, this is how those speakers, the directivity that we've found in purple and blue.
Oh, I can't hear. What did I do?
Okay. In purple and blue, we have it overlaid over the directivity. Which one is it? Sound power directivity index. I should probably overlay it over the early reflections directivity index down here. But you can see they kind of track the directivity that Aaron measured. Okay. So this is all in room. This is in my living room. And that gives you an idea. Now below this, you notice like it gets crazy. It's way off. Well, that's because that's below the transition region. In which case we EQ that differently anyway. So yeah, there you go. That's a little update for you guys.
A little updaters. All right. Maybe I can show you something here.
And this is a question from Asmat.
Okay.
Sup players, will Magic Beans True Target be available on Apple's App Store before 4/18/24? I sure hope so. Yeah, it's. I don't want to go into too much detail as to why, but put it this way: if you make an update, right? So it takes a long time for them to approve it. or it can. But if you make some updates and some changes, it may also take a long time for them to approve this new thing. So it's kind of like we want to make sure that we minimize all of that. So I'm not being too detailed about what I'm saying because I don't like to make promises that I can't keep. But just know I want it on the App Store sooner than you do. Believe me.
For sure.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.